You have customer happiness. You may even have patient satisfaction coordinators. In pharma, you see those blessed roles starting to get there, like chief patient officer, the one that actually communicate with the needs of the client. But again, the only industry in the world that doesn't seem to care or give about her or its client is healthcare. But as patients, we are not only the clients, we are the reason this system exists anyway. Everything should be built around us, and we are not supposed to be a side product to it. So as somebody who spends so many years in bed and seen healthcare from all sides, from the patient's bed, from the clinician side, and the policy making side, I've decided that the thing missing is somebody to act as the voice of a patient, somebody to be there not only as some sort of pretty puppet, but somebody to make decisions, sits in a board meeting, make policy changes, train the staff and the patients, bring patients-related innovation to the organization. And I decided this role should be something along the lines of a patient in residence. Patient in residence is basically an equivalent to a chief patient in an organization, but the beautiful thing about the residency part is that you don't have to sit on your chair and then have those organizations say, yeah, everybody is basically a patient, so you have some sort of diagnosis. Sometimes you have a minor chronic illness which is fully manageable, so you qualify to be a patient, but actually you're an executive and that's why we'll take you. No, I'm talking about people like me, people who are patient advocates, people who lead patient communities, patient organizations, startups or companies or other organizations that do stuff for the patients. You can be a professor, you can be a doctor who researches this side, but you have to be a patient yourself that knows the struggles of the system, the struggles of being there in the bed, feeling unwanted, feeling that you have no control. So it's not perfect yet, but in the experiment I had with Ludwig Boltzmann Institute in Austria, which is a very large governmentally funded research institute, which the majority of research activity is in the healthcare and medical field. So even in a patient organization, you can have every 6 months or so a patient in residence that bring another voice. With me on board LBG, the Ludwig Boltzmann Institute in Austria, I was not only a patient advocate and a leader of patient community and patient organization, I was an entrepreneur. And I had a lot of experience in bringing innovation to solve problems of patients in healthcare. So I brought the innovation side and the innovation management side, but it can also be a totally advocacy kind of led patient in residence. It can be totally dependent on the resident itself, but if you are a patient advocate, why not actually being an advocate patient for your own organization? Because sometimes in patient communities you see those different views and internal struggles between trying to decide one direction or another in terms of policy, internal policy, external. What do we do? Do we try to get ourselves funded for a certain trial or a medicine, or should we do awareness activities with a minimal budget? What can we do? And sometimes, if you have a patient in residence, those decisions can be much easier for you.